Gulf women have been an integral part of the GCC countries' contemporary development, contributing to various fields of employment and academia. Thanks to expanded educational opportunities, women have added their talents to teaching and healthcare, as well as banking, business development, and other leadership positions. Women have also maintained a presence in the political sphere, having reached the position of ambassador, undersecretary, and minister. This newly found economic independence has inspired more self-determined lifestyles, with women increasingly taking the lead on personal and family decisions.
Historically speaking, women have always been deeply involved in functioning of society, with economies highly dependent on the land and sea, and often harsh living conditions at home. Women kept communities together, filling in where the men could not.
Well, throughout the history of the Gulf countries, women have played a vital role in the Gulf societies.
Dr. Nawar Gholi is a professor of literature and women's studies at the American University of Sharjah.
In fact, I can tell you that during the month between June and October, Gulf societies can be described as women's societies, because during that time most of the physically able men were not there. They were in the fishing and pearling industries, working away from home. So basically women took care of life altogether during this month, and their jobs of course included looking after, of course, mainly looking after the household, the children, and the cooking and the preparing the food and getting the water, because water is not always in those days was available, but also looking after the agricultural needs and looking after the camels and the animals that they raised. But that's not all. I can tell you women played not only during this month, but throughout the year, even when the men were around. They had different parts to play, different positions that they worked as, such as dressmakers, hairdressers, healers, perfume makers, and they were also traders. There's something that some people think that they were not involved publicly in the economic life then. No, they were. They did sell the products that they actually prepared from basically dairy products that they prepared. And in addition, they also, some people may not know that in emergencies and special circumstances, when family members, the male family members, for example, were sick or could not, for example, do their fishing or pearling jobs, some women actually replaced them and actually were pearl divers. So in other words, women did everything that the men did too.
This society-wide participating was largely informed by Islam's provision for women's equality as documented throughout the Quran.
In most of its rulings, Islam raised the status of women to be equal to man, with respect for her unique abilities and contributions. She has the right of expression, advising and ordering good deeds and forbidding evil. She has the right to own property, sell and buy, inherit and spend on charity. It is not permissible for anyone to take her money without her consent. She has the right to a decent life, not to be assaulted or suffer from injustice. She also has the right to education and must learn what she needs to practice her religion.
On the other hand, Islam gave women a fair share in public life, thus lifting the oppression and injustice which women previously suffered before the revelation of the Quran. This resulted in the recognition of women's right to participate in the management of the affairs of society, whether in an economic, social, or legal capacity. Throughout history, women have played the role of respective advisors, even in such male-dominated fields as the military engagements and politics.
With its foundational place in Gulf culture, Islam has thus greatly molded women's identities and roles in contemporary society. There is no doubt that women played a vital role throughout the history of the Gulf and will continue to find new ways to contribute to the modern Gulf nations.